Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you? Good. So Pastor asked myself and my husband to minister today, and I've never done this in front of church. I've done it for our life group, small groups. But I've never done this before, so this is new, but it should be fun. The topic is thankful for change and the seasons of God. Thankful for change and the seasons of God. So let's just go ahead and say the statement of faith first, and then we'll start. Repeat after me. I will believe this word.
I will believe this word.
I will receive this word.
I will receive this word.
I will speak this word.
I will speak this word.
And I will live this word.
And I will live this word.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
So when Pastor told me the topic, I immediately realized that I have been through a whole lot of change in the past 4 years. I got married. Actually, it's been about 5 years because I started dating my husband. And prior to that, I hadn't dated for about 3 to 4 years. I just stopped.
Oh, wow.
Because I was just in the process of growing with God, and I was tired of the nonsense and, just not getting anywhere. If you continue to go out, you continue to date, and nothing's happening, something has to change.
Yes.
So, God just told me, just take a break and spend some time with me, be before me, and find out what I have for you. So I was obedient that time. Might be the third time. I was obedient that time, and I got before the Lord, and I started to really, connect with Him. And then my husband showed up. Like I said, it was 3 to 4 years later now. I had to spend that time with God just to get myself together. He was, just removing some things from me and getting me patient and getting me to trust Him and really to have that great faith in Him and not in myself or a husband.
Yes,
Even because I do trust my husband and I have faith in him, but God is greater than even His.
That's
so
it.
I had to
That's
connect
it.
with Him first. He was like, when you get with me, you're not going to leave me for Him. And I was like, okay, God, I see what you're saying.
That's good.
So, I started to grow with God. We got married in 2011, and that was a big change because I hadn't really been in too many relationships. I was in one relationship, and I had dated a whole lot. So this was new. Like, one really? Like, huh? What is this? So I had to really assimilate into the wife role. Yeah. So that was a new change. And then my son Ethan was born 2 years later, a year and a half later. So he's 2 now, and then I have this other little boy. So that was a huge change. I used to paint my nails, do my hair, get dressed, go shopping, just sit on the computer and do random nonsense. And now I have to tend to children and my husband in my home. So that was just a huge change as well. Yeah. So wife, mother, all of that. God, I had to realize that God was preparing me ahead of time for all of those roles. And that I need to be thankful.
Yes.
Even though they crying and yelling and screaming and running around, he's just on some other stuff right now. I don't know. So, I have to be thankful. I'm thankful for my kids. Yes. I'm thankful that they're healthy, that they have a sound mind, that they're strong, that they're doing good. I know with Dylan, when he was born, I was having all kinds of issues with that pregnancy. He was late. I thought I had lost him when I was about 4 months pregnant, but I didn't. He was still there. They were like, he's fine. I was like, okay. I was freaking out. So I'm grateful to have him. And then when he was born, they said I couldn't take him home right away, so we had to stay 3 days because they were waiting for him to have a dirty diaper after his circumcision. I didn't really share that with a lot of people. Some of you guys knew about it, but it was hard for me. I was like, Ethan just came out and we just, went home. But with him, it was like, I really had to trust God. And sometimes, at first I was like, God, what's happening? I thought I was good. What you doing? Like, I started to almost blame him. And he was like, look at your heart. You don't really trust me. You trust me when it's good, when everything is great, but when something comes up, do you really trust me? And are you really still thankful? Are you still going to praise me in the midst of the storm and the test and the trial?
Wow.
So I was in the hospital room going through all kinds of changes, you know, pee in the name of Jesus, you know. I was playing water sounds. I was praying in the spirit. I was praying in English. I called my mom. I was singing songs, worshiping God, and God really settled me. He was really settling me. And they said he needs to have a wet diaper before 12 midnight or we're taking him. And you got to go. And I was like, what? So I was like, God, no, we didn't come through all of this for him to stay here. So at 11:30, the lady brought him back and said, you can take him home. I was like, praise Jesus. So I was there like, okay, like, God, what you gonna do, you know? So I really had to trust in him. And let's turn to the first verse I have here, which is Daniel chapter 2 and verse 13. And so, you know, like we're all in a season right now, just really finding Daniel, we're all in a season. And we have to look at the positives in that season.
Yes.
And focus on those and look at even the hard times as growing you up.
Yes, amen.
And refining some things in you and causing you to be stronger.
Yes.
And to really have true faith in God. So Daniel chapter 2 verse 13 says, it is he who changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and establishes kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and greater knowledge to those who have understanding. That's the Amplified version. So just know that God is the one that's going to tell you when that season is over. He's going to let you know, okay, it's time to go from winter into spring. He's going to let you know, but you got to go through winter. And what's your attitude going to be while you're going through? And some people love winter. Don't get me wrong. Like some people love summer, some people love winter. My friend Toya, she loves summer. I kind of like fall more. And so, you know, we both got to go through winter and fall.
Yes, come on.
We all got to go through all the seasons.
Yeah.
So what attitude are we going to have? Are you going to be grateful? God, you're growing me up.
Yes.
You're changing some things. You're rearranging some things. You're making me stronger for that next season.
Yeah.
So just remember that we all got to go through the seasons, and God knows when it's over, not you. And sometimes we want to just rush through. Like, I just want to be done with this. Like, this is just too hard, you know. And God is like, but some things are being changed that you cannot take with you to that next season. If you take that with you, you're just going to be disabled. Like, you're going to be handicapped. Do you want to go handicapped? Or do you want to get this so that you can move on? So, every season has a part to play in moving you closer to your destiny in God. So all those seasons have to come, and then you're growing, and you're growing, and you're going on. And you're moving closer and closer to Him, and you're looking more and more like Christ.
Yes.
And so you have to choose to be thankful. You have to choose. I have to choose to be thankful for them kids. When they, you know, feeling, God, He just messing on me, and I gotta go change. You know, it's a mess. It really is. Kids are a mess. But they're also cute and funny, and you know, all the funniest little stuff, cutest little stuff. But they're also messy and dirty, and they don't want to sleep. And I haven't had sleep. I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying I have to focus on that to get through it and not be complaining. And they're like, "Mommy, I'm just having a bad day."
Yes,
and I do sometimes. But I have to focus on the positives. So what else? So He is also, you know, transforming us. I was reading kind of about the phases of the butterfly and how the caterpillar can't go very far. So God has to take that caterpillar and put it in a dark place. You can't see what's happening, and sometimes you may feel like, well, my voice isn't being heard. When is it my turn to step up and be whatever God has called me to do? And you're watching other people rise up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm over here in the dark, like nobody can see what's going on. But God is growing up some things in you. God is just, He's like, you gotta get rid of all these little legs. You need longer legs, and you need wings. You gotta fly on the next level. And so when I was looking at it, the butterfly needs to be able to fly to take the eggs higher so that they won't. So that they won't be touched by predators. So in order to continue the life cycle, you have to be able to rise in that next phase. So it may look dark. It may look like nothing is happening, but change is taking place on the inside. And God is saying, I'm not going to let you go until you're ready. So just stop. So just stop fussing.
That's good.
Stop complaining.
Yes.
Choose to be grateful. And sometimes you may have a day that you want to just complain. But get over it and keep going. And so the next verse I'll have you turn to is in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. And I have again the Amplified Version. And we all with unveiled face, continually seeing as in a mirror the glory of God, and are progressively being transformed into His image, from one degree of glory to even more glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit. So what God was showing me is that, you're looking at yourself and your life and where He's taking you. And He's just bringing you up higher and higher to where you can look more and more like Christ. And so that you can be ready to do the things that He's called you to do. I think my reliance on God for those 3-something years, I had to learn submission. I'm still learning submission. You get in here again, I'll tell you. I'm still learning how to follow His lead. It's hard for me. And it was hard for me to follow God's lead because I was so used to doing me. Get in my car and go. I could just do whatever. I got my own money. I got my own whatever. And I could just do me. And God was like, you need to calm down and slow down. And trust me and seek me and talk to me. And come sit with me. I want to know you. And that time I said yes, finally. And so I was being prepared for submission from my husband. I didn't know it. I wasn't sure why he told me peace out on all of them. Don't tell people, don't call you, don't answer your phone. This one person was just like, no, I'm not gonna let you. I said, well, you don't know where I live. Like, what are you gonna do? So I'm just not gonna answer my phone. I'm not gonna cut. And I really stuck to it that time. I really did because I was serious and I was tired. I was tired of it. So God was preparing me for submission to my husband, and I didn't know it, but it was hard to be alone. It was hard to be alone, and I wasn't alone, I was with God. But that was difficult, but I had to go through it because He was like, you need to hear from me. And you need to be learn to be obedient. And learn to submit. And so again, like I'm learning that now, and I feel like if I didn't go through all of that, we probably would be, I don't even know. We probably would be fighting. Because I just have within myself a strong voice. I know what I want. And you can't tell me otherwise. And God had to break that in me. So I don't know if I was hungry, but that's all I had to share, and I hope you got something from it. Changes are occurring right now. Know and trust that God is taking you where He needs you to go. Amen.
Hallelujah. Wonderful word.
Wonderful.
Hallelujah.
We didn't, well, let me start off by saying, we didn't prepare together. I prepare by myself. Just say that. And like she said, since the kids, I prepared driving in the car. That's my quiet time. That's my place to hear from God. So preparing together was just difficult for me, even in my mind, just to sit down. And she was like, what are you going to talk about? I'm like, give me something. I'm like, And so like that Monday morning, I think actually I went to meet a minister friend of mine, and I was telling him we had to do this. And he was like, well, here's some advice. Just give her a little bit. He was like, I did it with my wife, I gave her nothing, and she was mad. I had to struggle just to give her just that little bit. And all I gave her was a verse, which I'm going to have you guys turn to. Isaiah is 40, the first one. Isaiah 40. Well, we'll start with Isaiah 42, 9 and 10. and then we'll go to Isaiah 40. Isaiah 42, 9 and 10 simply says, behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things I now declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. Then the next verse says, sing to the Lord a new song, his praise from the end of the earth. And for me, like change and seasons, he's always told me, like, I'm preparing you for this. The first time that I was ordained as a deacon, I remember on a Wednesday, I was sick. I had been sick all week. I went to life group. I just couldn't function. My mind was like, I don't know, what are you talking about? That was on a Tuesday. Sunday I was sick. Well, Sunday I went to church, couldn't pay attention. Monday I stayed home from work. Tuesday I was like, I'm going to life group. Went to life group, couldn't pay attention. Wednesday I finally got a little bit better. So I was like, okay, God, I need, what do you want me to read? Because I haven't been reading, you know, when I'm sick, I'm sick. There's no reading, there's no studying, and there's just me in the bed, sweating it out. So Wednesday, he was like, I want you to read, I believe, 1 Timothy. One of the Timothys where he's talking about preparing a deacon. And as I'm reading this, I'm reading about the bishop, and he was like, keep reading. I'm like, no, I'm gonna stop like that. And he was like, keep reading. And we went back and forth, like, no, I'm reading about the bishop. And he was like, keep reading. Finally, I kept reading. I read about the deacon. And he was like, are you ready? And I was like, I think so. You know, I'm looking at that. It ain't that much. I'm not greedy. I don't drink. You know, I'm like, oh, cool, I can fit in that. And he was like, well, let's go. So then that Saturday morning, the pastor then called me and said, hey, we're thinking about making you a deacon. I need you to pray about it. And I was like, I don't have to pray about it. And he was like, what? And I was like, well, because God had already told me that this season was coming. So for me, like, he always tells me what's next. He's preparing me, maybe because he knows me. You know, like, if I don't know, that pastor could have called me out and I'm like, no, I'm not about to be like a deacon in church. You know, I do what I do, and let me do it. But for me, he prepared me. And it was funny because where it says, sing to the Lord a new song. And really that song doesn't necessarily have to be a song of melody, but it could just be a song of praise and a song of thanksgiving. Because from that point on, my prayers were focused on the qualifications of a deacon. Like, God, please let me do this. Let me, you know, not get greedy for money. Let me, you know, I don't drink, but let me not drink. You know, continue. Let me, one of the qualifications in that was a man who manages his own house well. So I started saying, okay, God, let me manage my own house well. I was living at home with my mom, so I was like, well, let me start to manage here. You know, let me learn this managing thing. So that became my prayer. That became my new song. Because before that, I wasn't praying for that. I was like, let me just clean up my room so she'll leave me alone. Simple as that. But then it was like, let me manage the house. So now I'm going from room to room, checking on my nieces and nephews. Like, let's need y'all to get at it. Get with it. Mom was like, mad, she mad at you, she was mad at me. Cut it out. You know, all of that. So that became my new song. But it was, he declared it to me. And he showed me before, that was like 3 days. So I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even a little bit of Saturday morning to just dwell in those scriptures. And I'm reading and I'm trying to, you know, make sure that I can do it. I don't know if he's going to call me Saturday morning. We had no discussion. We had no communication about this. I had no idea that that was going to come. But he told me. I didn't know how it was going to come, when it was going to come. I just knew he was preparing me.
That's it.
We'll go to the next verse. We're going to go backwards. Isaiah 40. It says verse 31, but I'm going to add 30. 30 says, even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength.
Yes.
They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. Yes. They shall walk and not faint. And so that Monday morning when she asked me what are we going to talk about, this was the scripture God gave me. And I had not studied it, I had not looked at it, but I was like, this is what I got. And you know, in the way that I did it, I knew I had to share with her, but me being me, I waited until I got dressed and I'm ready to walk out the door. I was like, here's the door. Okay, Isaiah 40:31. I'm out. That's how we're gonna prepare for this. But I think a couple of days later, she asked me a little bit more, and it was that's when the struggle happened. But this was the one that he gave me. You know, he said, if you want to see someone who's flowing in seasons, it's that. You know, if you want to see someone who's doing what their God season has ordained for them to do at this moment, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
Their strength is renewed. He says they shall. So it's like, you know, like you said, there's a season of maybe winter, and then there's the next season. You know, so during that first season, it's like a build-up. There's a build-up taking place. So when their season comes, you see them mounting up. You see them mounting up. And like she said, then they're just taking off.
Yes.
They run and they shall not be, or will not be weary. Like he said, almost 10 years having his back in ministry and not a weary moment. I was talking to a woman at our last church also about, you know, just finding your purpose. And it was that whole thing again, like, well, God revealed it to me. Simple as that. You know, I'm not standing here teaching because I like to, or want to, but because he's told me to. And he said that would be what I would be doing. So from 10 years, I have not had weariness in teaching or preparing or studying, no matter what level, whether it's a life group, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's church, there's been no moment of weariness.
That's good.
And he said, they shall walk and not faint. So it's like, I'm not an exercise guy. Just, you know, I found a scripture that says, godliness. What is that scripture? You know, like, you know, like exercise profits a little, but God, like, thank you. So, but it's like, I can't run from here to CVS without getting tired. I tried it one Sunday. I hit the door and I'm just like, man, they like, what's wrong? But like, even whether you're running or you're walking, exhaustion is not a part of that season.
That's good.
You know, and I was thinking about it even with my wife, like she gets tired sometimes, but she's not exhausted. You know, and weariness and fainting is just a point of, I quit. I ain't doing this no more. You know, if she ain't walking out the door like, I chase her down. Chase her down. But she hasn't gotten there, and she won't get there because this is just the season. You know, and this is a season for her and for us where we've mounted up. You know, I was thinking about that old rap song, really. Who was it? Warren G. Y'all know. Regulator. It was time. We can't ride out until it's time. Now, you know, I listen to it. I ain't riding out. But for them, he was like, mount up. It's time. So for us, you know, I don't know what season you're in. That's for you to know. That's for God to reveal to you. But if you're flowing in it, it's going to look like this. And the key, I thought the key word was wait. You know what I mean? I thought that was wait. That's important because we got to be prepared. We got to be patient. There's a verse on my phone that I probably don't have time to look at, but I'm going to sneak it in anyway. I think I might have a few minutes. But it's talking about, it's James 1:4. It says, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. So when you're patient, when patience is having its perfect work in your season, you're lacking nothing. Everything is perfect, everything is complete. You're flowing, you're doing. At our last church, they will come to me like, almost like he said, like on the day before, I need you to teach tomorrow. Fine. Give me the topic. Like, just give me the topic. Okay, because it's not me. I don't care. It's him. I'll just say what he tells me to say, and I'll do what he tells me to do, and we can do this. And that's just how it is. You know, I don't get drained doing this. I know my wife, she always says that, you know, just dealing with people is draining.
Yes.
You know, but that might not be her thing.
Yes, yes,
For
yes.
me, it's not draining. I can hang out with people, talk to people all day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't get drained. But that's part of the calling.
Yes.
So,
it is.
you just gotta know. I don't know if that was a buzzer, but I heard it. So. My season up here is over for the day. But just know, if you don't know, pray about it. God will reveal your season to you. He'll tell you what you're supposed to be doing. And in the meantime, wait.
Yeah.
We don't teach wait.
Yeah.
You know, we don't teach. We go look at single people. Why aren't you married yet?
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
Yeah.
Why aren't you this yet? Because I'm not. Because I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm being prepared. I was prepared for my wife. Heck, probably my whole life. Really. You know, my whole life. Every relationship that just ended in murder. Was prepared for this. I learned from the negative. I was like, oh, I can't do that again. I can't do that. I talked to my dad about relationship advice, and that was just seemingly the dumb thing to do. Not one good relationship whatsoever. But I was like, talk to him. Tell him where you were. I told him where my mind was. He was like, oh, you worse than me. But, so I was prepared. So again, thankful, if you're thankful for change, you're singing a new song.
Yeah.
Constantly. You're always singing a new song. You know, I'm singing praises about the kids. Sometimes. You know, but it's fun. There's no quitting. There's no walking out because this is our season.
Yeah.
So let's just close out with prayer.
Good word.
Amen. Good word.